Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge. Welcome to Inner Alchemy. Inner Alchemy combines the teachings of human design, the gene keys, and incorporates some tools as a more than existing Lightworker coach. What you're seeing on the screen here is a representation of the mandala wheel in the teachings of human design. It contains the numbers 1 to 64 along the outer rim, which are a representation of the book of I Ching, known as the Book of Changes, and a reflection of the 64 codon strands within our DNA structure. We have a very set pattern as we move through the different seasons and the periods of time throughout our year to activate each one of those 64 gates in the order that they appear. So for the last little while, we have been activating 3 different gates, which is part of what is known as the Ring of Union in the teachings of the Gene Keys. And we are now entering into gate number 59, the last of the 4 of that grouping of the Ring of Union, as we step into what is known as the Gate of Intimacy, also referred to in the teachings of human design as the Gate of Connection. So for the period of August the 22nd to the 27th, we will be really stimulating the energies within gate number 59. And if you have a copy of your human design chart, you're going to want to see if you have this gate circled in on your body graph. That is found down in the sacral center within your chart. But regardless as to whether or not you have it circled in, you have it activated, we are all experiencing this energy this week. So here's your opportunity to take a look at your chart to see how it's playing out for you, but to also look out to the world around you and reflect within yourself to notice how this energy is going to be playing out. Inner Alchemy is really the encouragement of recognizing the shadow tendencies, the learning objectives, and the higher gifts to cultivate as the energy keeps moving into each one of those 64 gates throughout the year to do the work for self. Now, as we're stepping into gate number 59, the gate of connection, the gate of intimacy, the last of the 4 on the Ring of Union, which is really focusing on relationships, here we're getting a supercharged hit of what is known as sexual energy and creative energy. So you may be finding that you have a lot of different stimulations going on within your own self during this time. You may feel drawn in the form of sexual energy to start building relationships, or perhaps take a relationship to the next level. Maybe you're willing to drop down some guards and open yourself up to finding a partner, finding a mate, going out and having some fun. It also leads this way to creative energy. So this is where we see the draw towards the right people and projects that are in alignment to your own genetics. We see coming together those of the same soul tribe, those who have the correct frequency, the same kind of DNA match. And wherever you are vibrating within yourself, whatever your journey is on, you can rest assured that you will find other like-minded people who are vibrating at that same frequency with you. So for a lot of sensitive, a lot of light paths, light workers, you have been feeling like, you know what, I'm just all alone in the world sometimes. Well, here's some stimulation in the energy right now that's going to help you find your soul tribe. You're going to find those people who are vibrating at that frequency you are, in order to help you to learn to have those stronger connections and to open up to intimacy, which is really about the vulnerability of just being yourself and knowing that it is safe to be you. Now, like any teachings, you have to practice discernment. So discernment is really asking yourself before you're jumping in to really feel through the energy to know if this is a correct match for you or not. So we're also bringing our attention to the opposite end of that gate 59, which is gate 6 in the human design body graph. And we're seeing the relationship through that channel, which is known as the channel of connecting, that we're also drawing towards ourselves some emotional energy during this time. Now, gate 6 is known as the gate of conflict resolution, and you're going to have an opportunity to experience gate number 6 about the midpoint of September as that wheel keeps turning around. But in this energy, you're also going to be facing the shadow emotionally within yourself of conflict. Now, conflict paired with gate number 59 is really going to bring forward some unresolved emotions within yourself and within others. So if you have that gate 59 circle in your chart, your auric field is full of sexual energy, stimulation energy, creative energy that naturally can penetrate through someone else's aura. It is designed to find the correct genetic energy. It is designed to really find what is going to resonate with your true self. So in doing so, it's kind of like it gets in there and it stirs up the pot. It's like bees coming to honey. You're going to get a lot of people that are attracted to you. They want something from you. But does that mean you open the doors to let everybody in? That honey is your life force energy. So are you giving yourself away just because people are coming to the door and they may be flattering and they may be saying some nice things to you or putting you up on a pedestal or using some of that emotional manipulation of, oh, nobody does it better than you can do it. So really be mindful that you have powerful, powerful energy within you. And you don't have to compromise your values, your integrity for anyone else. It truly is safe for you to be you, to practice that discernment, to wait for the right relationships. And a lot of times we stimulate within ourselves a fear of intimacy, which can show up as afraid you're not going to find someone who can be your life partner or who gets you on that deep soul level. Or we have a fear of revealing who we truly are because what happens if that is not accepted? So society has taught us for a really long time to hide some very sacred parts of who we are. Well, that is part of sexuality, creativity. This is the yin energy, the feminine energy, but it is also the drive in the masculine to get out and procreate, to keep the seeds going, to have the evolution of the human journey continue. So it has both the divine feminine and masculine coming together in equal measures within this very strong connection. And what we're finding is that over time, as we really get to know who we are, and we get to embrace both our animal side, the masculine side, the driven side, the go-get-'em side, and the feminine side, the flow, the birth, the creativity, that we're going to merge those into balance within ourselves. So it's also an opportunity to really look at an intimate relationship with you, to get to know yourself at such a deep level so that you're not compromising on your truth. You're not compromising on your life force energy. You're not giving your honey away to every bee that comes in and wants something from you. You're seeing yourself as sacred and you're seeing others with the same beautiful light. Now, when we use the gene keys to really unlock the gifts within that gate 59, here is where we're given the ingredients to do our own alchemy work. So we're going to find that during this time, August the 22nd to the 27th, we're going to be stimulating the shadow of dishonesty. Now, part of that is because we're also going to be seeing a rise of trauma. Trauma within yourself that is being stimulated by these energies to come to the forefront. So if we look at that in the contents of when we can be honest with ourselves, when we don't run from what makes us uncomfortable, but we open up a connection to our higher self, to our inner child, to our wounding, to our pain, to our suffering, and we become very clear and honest by what is triggering us. Where is the trauma that prevents us from having deep connective relationships? Where in our past have we been wounded and now we are afraid to be vulnerable, to be ourselves, to feel safe enough to let those guards down? Now, all of us are carrying ancestral DNA. We are carrying the traumas of our ancestors. You're carrying the traumas of your past life. This is now an opportunity to heal through that wounding, to be really honest with yourself, to be the one that cuts the cords of that suppression and enables yourself to set more light within your body free. And that is where we see the gift of intimacy. Intimacy is allowing your true self to step forward, to have relationships at a very deep level where you acknowledge that you do have shadow tendencies. We are all dishonest with ourselves at certain points in time. We all tell white lies. We all do things that aren't of the highest integrity. We all make mistakes. We all have wounds. We all have triggers. We all have insecurities. We all have trauma. So intimacy is really allowing yourself to be human, to accept those parts within yourself, to accept those parts within other people, and to love each other regardless. This is also the opportunity to return non-love with love. It is the completion of the ring of union, the fullness of our relationships. And as we have traveled through different gate activations to get to this point, we are now allowing ourselves to become stronger in our divinity, in our knowing, which then brings us forward into the Sudi, the highest essence of transparency. So let's look at transparency for a moment. When you think of yourself in terms of your higher self, God, source, the creator, whatever that is, the being looking down, looking in, checking in, there is nothing that you have done in your lifetime and all previous lifetimes that has not already been seen. So that is transparency. Transparency is an open book. And when we come to the realization that, everything has already been seen, everything has already been known, you're not hiding anything, you're not getting away with being dishonest, you're carrying the karma of that, you're carrying the shadow of that, you're carrying the blame, the shame, the guilt, all of that suppression within yourself because you choose to keep it there. But when we allow ourselves to think of the resurrection, the opportunity to transcend through all of our shadows, to be purified by the light, to be accepted by unconditional love, to embrace forgiveness, to accept our humanity, our imperfection, well, now we're stepping into transparency. Now we're stepping into opportunities to say, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm willing to learn from my mistakes. I'm willing to have these conversations. I'm willing to look at my trauma, my wounding. I'm willing to extract the pain stories from it. I'm willing to get really intimate with myself, to get to know who I am on a really deep level so that you can no longer lie to you or project that blame onto somebody else that then increases your own shadow of dishonesty. So there's some powerful, powerful energy that we're stepping into right now. We are also in Virgo season. So the sun is in the sign of Virgo, which means we're in the element of earth. This is also in the sixth house of health. So we're looking at the themes of our health and well-being, how we do our routines, our daily tasks, our learning. Those things are going to really root you in a strong foundation of yourself to walk your earthly journey. Now, as we're coming to the end of this ring of union, for the next 4 gate activations after this point, we're going to be walking through what is known as the ring of alchemy. And then we're going to come onto the fall equinox. So think of that in a moment for this time frame as you are working on your gates of connections with others, your intimacy, your relationships, healing your trauma, to then be able to stimulate higher opportunities to do your own inner alchemy work, to then hit that fall equinox to allow things to naturally shed away. So we have some beautiful, powerful energies right now that either are going to feel like someone is poking at your wounds and it feels really raw and it feels really sore. And if that is the case, that's your opportunity to create some time for yourself to work through that with self-love and compassion. It's an opportunity to reach out for the supports that you know will be of your highest good so that you can actively work through these triggers. If you are feeling that surge of creative energy, trust your body's response to lead you to the right people and the projects that are the correct genetic match to bring this out into creation, to give birth to your ideas. If you're looking to have children, perhaps this is the time where that may be successful in this heightened energy. If you're looking for a mate, for a partner, for deeper relationships with others, trust in your ability to practice the discernment, to be honest with yourself, to be honest with the relationship, to notice your triggers, to notice what's maybe triggering somebody else, and to allow yourself to be safe enough to show who you really are and to embrace and move through the fear of intimacy. So have fun with this energy. If you are new to human design and you want to get your birth chart, you can stop by my website, lovingenergyrecharge.com. Go to the Inner Alchemy tab and follow the links to enroll into the Introduction to Human Design course. That is absolutely complimentary. You can also drop down into the comments on this YouTube channel to take a look at how to get your Gene Keys profile that is founded and created by Richard Rudd, and many other tools that are available for you to use these modalities to really get to know yourself at a deeper and deeper level, and to know that you have all the ability within to do your own inner alchemy work and transform through your shadows into a greater light essence. I wish you all much love. Let us embrace this gift of intimacy together. Let us dare to shine our lights out into the world. And let us be reminded that all things are seen by the higher self. So it is safe to be transparent. Namaste to you all. Take care.